Good afternoon to you, everybody.
Okay, so now since we are told that we have only 18 minutes, of which 3 minutes are gone, and I'm going to take 3 extra, it is on your marks, get set, go. My time starts now. So the title of my speech is Harlem to Harvard. Great inspiration. A bit of my life story. But before that, let me tell you, hello Harvard, here I come to teach you what to be and what to become. To tell you about the paths, also about the sum. I will get you energized, I'll get you naturalized, I'll get you optimized, will get you maximized and get you Mickey-mized. So I was born 1962. I was born in the heart of a red light district, red light area in Bombay. It is called Falkland Road Playhouse. In colloquial terms, it's called Pillar House. There was a small Parsi community nestled in that area which couldn't move out in time, and before my parents decided to move out, it was already too late. But here is a guy from Grant Road, the Harlem of India, and the depths of it. If we see the amount of lights in the ceiling out here, they are certainly finite. But if you look at the sky, the infinite expanse, there is room for every star on this earth or in this universe to shine, to find his, her place there. So, don't get burdened by competition, find your own niche, you will shine, you can shine, and there is enough room for everybody out there to be there. Okay. There are 2 most important days in one's life. That's what Mark Twain said. Day 1, the day that you're born. And second, the day you realize why. Well, I have realized my purpose, and it has been a journey of exploration. It's been a process of learning, and I've realized that I'm here to heal people, but not in a saffron robe, but to help people heal themselves, to facilitate, to enlighten them, to make them aware that within them there is potential to be and become whatever they wish to, most sound, most vibrant, most radiant. Well, there is ladder of evolution, and what theory and philosophy I espouse is not weight loss, that's passé. 6 packs, we must probably refer to, assembly line, because machines are born there, perfect beings are born there. Here I refer to health, healing, wellness, well-being as a ladder of evolution. And at the most bottom of it is fitness. So fitness gives you strength, stamina, agility, muscle fat ratio, body fat ratio. Fitness is over and done with. Number 2 is health, organic soundness. The state of organic being, orchestration of all your functions, all your systems, and a balance. At number 3, there is wellness. So wellness gives you immunity, wellness gives you equilibrium of mind, wellness gives you emotional vibrance, satisfaction, fulfillment, and wellness gives you clarity of thought. Wellness gives you a good night's sleep. Wellness makes you work throughout the day. Wellness shows you the path. It illuminates the path before you. And wellness gives you the courage to walk that path. And at the crescendo is well-being on the ladder of evolution. Well-being, apart from all the things that you've got at the bottom, at the level of well-being, what you get is compassion, benevolence, philanthropy, creativity, grace. It makes you noble. It makes you more refined. So this is what fitness, health, wellness, well-being can do to you. Gets you evolved, not just makes you lose weight. Please get off weight loss. And please think of larger things in life, because refinement, purification, so health, wellness, leads you to number 1, A, cleansing, purifying. Number 2, regulating. And number 3, fortifying. Okay. One of the biggest inspirational things, philosophy, which I've learned in the process of this life and living is, never see a man where he is coming from. See a man where he is headed to. If you were to see a man where he is coming from, you will make the biggest mistakes by judging him. We have examples in the last 10 years. We have Mr. Modi, being a chaiwala, has become the Prime Minister. So where he is headed? Very good. Well, we have Mr. Trump, who's destroyed single-handedly the institutions of the world, the media, the Democratic Party and his own party, and he's victorious. I mean, a man's vision, a man's conviction, we have to wait and watch what he does. And, of course, Nigel Farage, who supported the Brexit. 2 minutes ago? That's it? I'm so sorry. Okay. That's unfair. That's very unfair. So what do we do? So don't ask why, ask why not. Now let me speed up. Okay. We must thank everybody who helped us. We must also thank people who tried and couldn't. But we must thank the most to the ones who didn't help us, because of them, we've become successful, because champions are born out of challenges. So I thank every such person who looked away, who turned away, and didn't help me. Thank you so much. No, that's not the end of my speech. Okay, so stay away from 7 sins, pale gas. Pride, anger, lust, ego, gluttony, avarice, and sloth. These are the things which can get you compromised, will not get you Mickey-mized. And choose evolution over entropy always. Evolution is the choice, conscious choice for you to grow, progress. And entropy, human beings, subjected to time, matter, space, light, motion, mass, causation, and effect, are reduced to becoming paranoid humanoids. So please choose evolution always. Well, we all are extremely fortunate. Only one reason, because we are alive. For all those who are dead, they're very unfortunate people, because they have lost their chance to grow, succeed, and evolve better. So since we have our hands, we can make our destiny. With legs, we can walk towards it. With our head, we can perceive it. With our hearts, we can believe it. And with our will, we can achieve it. So you can become the co-creator of your own destiny. But seeding is in your hands. The season is in the hands of the collective consciousness. But do the right seeding, and wait for the right season. For those non-believers, I must only say that there is ignorance. Once you know what it is, you will believe in everything. Keep your minds open. As you open up in yoga, your mind's open too. And you begin to believe and see a possibility, a probability amplitude in everything before you. And yes, everything is possible. Because this is an inspirational series, so here I am. Well, towards the end, I'd like to say a few quotes very close to my heart. How many of you heard of Jalaluddin Rumi? Okay, a Sufi poet. I've been living on the lips of insanity, asking questions, knocking at the door. The door opens. I've been knocking from inside. Every answer you ought to have is available inside. Simply shut your eyes. Cut off your senses completely. Because while your senses are feeding you, you can't perceive the unknown, the unseen, the unheard. So cut off your senses. Perhaps that's what we call meditation. Okay, one more lovely poet, Nietzsche. He says, we are led to believe a lie when we see through rather, when we see from and not through the eyes, for we are born in the night to be perished in the night, while our souls rest in the beams of light. So once again, coming to the point, cut off your senses. Look through the eyes of the soul, not your clinical eyes. Then you will get a vision, not an eyesight. Towards the end, I'd like to say, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. We all have promises to keep. Miles to go before we go to sleep. Miles to go before we sleep. Leave me a message after a small beep. That was my recording message many, many years back. So, there is a quote with the divine grace I wrote one day. Sleep every night with a wish to heal yourself. Wake up every morning with a promise to heal the world. Every one of you here can heal every other. You can heal through fashion. Manish taught me how to wear pink and red and pink together. I mean, this is the fourth time in 22 years that we are meeting. The first time we met was when he took me to Aditya Chopra's house. The second time we bumped in Dubai. The third time at China NC's show. And fourth time here. 4 years, 22 years, four times. Wow. And of course, my glow comes from Vandana Luthra ji. She has taught the world how to be radiant and vibrant. Thank you so much for being my karmic partners in this journey. And thank you to so very many people here. So this is the journey of Harlem to Harvard. A boy of Grant Road, born in 1962, today has reached Harvard. And I thank my dear friend Sarthak Mishra. Where is he? Hands up. Is he here? You've ditched me. He's a second-year student at Harvard. He is a big genius, a brat. And it is because of him that I'm here. And if there are any questions, I'll answer only one. Only one. Better be intriguing. No question about inner thigh, outer thigh, strong abs, perfect glutes. Anybody? Challenging question about soul, sex, spirituality? Please. Of course you can have the mic. Should I come down?
I like the way you describe the health, wealth, everything, like all together integrated stuff. So I'm a physician myself. So no problem there. So I just wanted to ask you, like, while doing all this wellness stuff, like, how do you relate it to the actual BMI of a person, or how do you regulate your exercises according to the metabolic rates and different metabolic rates and indices of the individual? How do you match it? Like,
till date, I'm 54. I have never saw my BMI. I seldom weigh myself. I know myself through my inner intelligence, my inner wisdom. I listen to the voice of my being because my physiology talks to me. My biochemistry talks to me. Sorry? First of all, let go of all controls. Simply be. Point number one. Number two, live by the laws of the universe. Wake up with the sun. And of course, I don't expect you to sleep by sunset, but a little after that. Okay, finish your last meal just after sunset. Be a vegetarian. Always. Because I'll tell you why. There is no meat or animal on this earth which by consuming you can heal any of your diseases. But with fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, roots, herbs, condiments, spices, you can heal yourself, you can regulate yourself, you can fortify yourself. With breathing, you can become invincible by challenging your body, contracting, stretching, bouncing, doing monkey business, because that's the way I exercise. Doing monkey business, you can evolve, you can grow. So I hope, let's get energized, let's get maximized, let's get naturalized, and get Mickey-mized.